What's going on, people? In today's episode of Off the Pitch Talks, we are going to be talking about the unusual situation of having two summer transfer windows for the first time in light of the Club World Cup, which is a month-long competition, giving clubs competing the opportunity to strengthen their squads before the tournament starts, which has already started today. So, talking about the transfer windows, the first transfer window, which has already passed, ran from the 1st of June to the 10th of June, and the second transfer window, which is due to open tomorrow, is due to run from the 15th of June to the 31st of August, and it's going to close for the first time at the unusual time of 7 p.m. as opposed to the traditional time of 11 p.m. This is for administration purposes and staff welfare purposes, as clubs working on late deals often have staff working at their clubs until as late as 1 to 2 a.m. in the morning normally on previous deadline days. One thing to cover on deadline day is the deal sheet, which gives clubs a 2-hour extension window beyond the deadline to get their signings over the line. And it needs to be signed by the buying club, the selling club, and the player that's being transferred from clubs A to B, in order for the deal to be given an extra 2-hour extension to be completed for the player to effectively join that team. And transfer deadline day in the FA headquarters, from what I've heard, gets mad busy in there with staff running around. Traditionally, I don't know if they still use the old fax machine, but from what I heard, they used to use the fax machine, and they're entitled to wear trainers because there's so much running around in the office that day. It's like a trading floor on Wall Street that they effectively just need to be in comfortable attire as they can be. Personally, I'd like to know everyone's thoughts on this inaugural revamped Club World Cup. I mean, is it really necessary with all the football that's happening over the year, especially with the extended Champions League format? When are players going to get a rest? I mean, this month-long competition is going to run from June to July. We've got the domestic season that's due to start in August. Are players going to get a long enough sufficient break where fatigue is not going to affect them into the next season? I just don't get it. I don't think it should be happening. And I was having this conversation with sports psychologist Mark Bowden. He was telling me why a lot of players had dropped off in the recent international tournament, and people just aren't thinking about the players' physical side and the fatigue that's affecting them. And going back to the transfer windows, I don't get why we need to have two separate transfer windows. I mean, during international tournaments of Euros and World Cups, we never have a break in the transfer window during those competitions. So I don't get why it's happened this time round. I mean, could it be the start of something new that we could see across international tournaments in years to come? Let me know your thoughts, and thank you for listening. And please subscribe to our channel, Off the Pitch Talks, and follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Thank you for listening.